Or Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach you where I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. It's your brother Yahweh Khan, come back through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. From the GMS Cleveland branch of Lord willing to be edifying. Just somewhat want to touch on the topic of the discipline of wisdom, and mainly how it's deeper than that. Okay, and when I say that, I mean knowing the scriptures, knowing what to do in certain situations is deeper than that, because you have to actually do instead of just knowing. Okay, instead of just hearing. Okay, because the hearer of the word deceives their own selves. So you don't want to be deceiving yourself. You want to actually do and apply the spirit, you know, in all situations to the best of our ability. See how it shall returns. Okay, and it's gonna get harder and harder, you know, which is why it's even more important to be locked in more and more to the spirit. Because the spirit is what makes us easy, is what makes it easy to get out of these situations, you know. But nonetheless, it's a response to a response to a response, if you will. The beloved brother Bukhar Moth. Okay, you see, he did a response to the elder Barak Gabar, which was a response to Apostle Ramla. Basically revolved around the topic of the discipline of wisdom. And these are all edifying videos. I highly suggest, if you're watching this video, to go watch those videos. Okay, and as you see, it says there's no benefit without divine discipline. Okay, which is a response once again, and that's the truth. There's no benefit without being tried by wisdom. Okay, simultaneously, there's no benefit without having that temperance and self-control that wisdom teaches you. Which this is gonna be quick. The Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. I'm gonna read this real quick. Salaki. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. You see, the Lord is not. He doesn't have. Not gonna show favor to someone who is not applying what they have heard, what they have learned. Okay, not going to show favor to them. Okay, and in times to come, those who haven't been training, how will they perform perfectly, so to speak? How will they have good performance? Okay, this is a saying that there's a saying in the world: proper preparation prevents poor performance. Okay, we are preparing ourselves spiritually for what's to come, so that we don't perform poorly. Okay, so let's go to the next chapter. This is what I mainly want to focus on: Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, and start at verse 4. Okay, it says, this is speaking of wisdom. It says, for she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of the Most High and the lover of his works. Okay, that's why when wisdom is dwelling with you, when it's dealing with you, and you are dealing with wisdom, you it opens you up to the mysteries, okay, of the scriptures, the secrets, the truth, the prophecies, okay, when to apply certain scriptures, when to speak on, so on and so forth. Well, verse 5 says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, okay, and everybody wants to be rich, okay, to the point where they think having some type of substance is godliness, which is not. But nonetheless, it says, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? So if people want to be rich, okay, it says, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? If you want to be rich, then you should be trying to get the true riches, which this truth, okay, which ultimately is given by Yahweh by Shema Shah. But let's go to this real quick. Proverbs chapter 8. So like in verse 10, receive my instruction and not knowledge. Okay, and to actually receive instruction, meaning to hear, okay, what adjustments needs to be made to make those adjustments. Okay, it requires discipline. Okay, which is going to yield forth that benefit after you have applied those instructions. It says, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than gold. Say like in knowledge rather than choice gold, for wisdom is better than rubies, which would be a form of riches, and all things that may be desired not to be compared to it. So this is what you should be investing in, okay? Because people make investments to get an increase at the end. So we invest in the spirits to be increased in wisdom in the end, okay? So let's go back. Wisdom, Solomon 8 and 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? Because this wisdom also makes you prudence. Okay, which is to the point where you move with caution for the care of the future. Okay, but this the point of the lesson, verse 7. And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. Okay, the labors of wisdom. Okay, the things that you are required to do. Okay, when dealing with wisdom, it says her labors are virtues. Okay, let's look up the word labors. Okay, okay, etymology for the word labor says a task, a project. Okay, because it tell you in the book of Sirach. Let's go to that real quick, and I'm gonna come back, Lord willing. It's Sirach chapter 4 and verse 14. Okay, it's still speaking of wisdom. Sirach 4 and 14. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her, the Lord doth love. Okay, when you serve someone, they put you, they give you different tasks. Okay, a to-do list, so to speak. Okay, you got to do this, you got to do this. Don't do this, but do this at this time. Don't do this because this going on at this time. Think so on and so forth. That's how it is with wisdom. So let's go back to the word labor etymology: a task, a project. Okay, exertion of the body, trouble, difficulty, hardship. Okay, you have to go through certain things. You have to do certain things. You have to put to the side certain things when it comes to serving wisdom. Okay, and if you serve in wisdom, ultimately you serving the Lord. Okay, and if you serving wisdom, that's showing forth your love. Okay, for Yahweh Bashim Shah. But let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, read verse 9, verse 7 again. And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. Okay, so if you love righteousness, the things that wisdom will require you to do are virtuous. Okay, what's virtuous or virtues? Characterized by vigor, strength, having qualities befitting a knight, valiant, hardy, courageous, righteous, potent, of good quality. You see, high character, moral strength. Salakia. Okay, having beneficial or effic- efficacious properties. Okay, which I believe goes back to efficient. So, so the things that wisdom will require you to do, okay, is ultimately things that will require you to have a high character, or will result in you having a good character. Okay, you being of good quality to Yahweh Bashim Shah. That's why I opened up with Wisdom in Solomon 7. He loveth the most I loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Because those that dwelling with wisdom, okay, that's applying the spirit. They're gonna show forth that good character, that good quality. They will come forth with that gold out of that fire, because wisdom ultimately puts you in the furnace of adversity. But it says, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in life. I mean, in their life. So it's nothing more profitable than what the task that wisdom puts you up to do will teach you. Okay, which is what? Temperance and prudence. Let's look at the word temperance. We're going to go into these words. Okay, the word temperance, self restraint, moderation. Okay, and that's very profitable in life in general. Knowing how to control yourself. Okay, not doing too much of anything, because too much of anything can be bad for you. Okay, not too much folly. Okay, little to none. Okay, not too much of dealing with a woman. Okay, not too much of working out. Not too much going to work to the point where you too exhausted to do work for Yahweh Bashim Shah. You don't want to study, read. Okay, not too much you give it to the flesh to the point where you're not praying as much, you're not fasting as much. It's all go back to temperance. Okay, moderation, sobriety. Scripture say be sober. When scripture say be sober, it means stay focused, be focused. Okay, discretion, self-control, to moderate. Okay, that's one thing that wisdom will teach you, how to be temperate, how to control yourself. Okay, it says for she teaches temperance and prudence. Okay, I mentioned that word earlier. Look on to it. Prudence, intelligence, discretion, foresight. For meaning before, and sight meaning to see before. It teaches you how to see, okay, what certain things, what result certain actions can bring. Okay, practical wisdom to see what is suitable or profitable. Okay, if you deal with this man, woman, what can happen? He could catch y'all in the act and put both of y'all to death. Just hypothetically speaking, wisdom teaches you that. That's a form of prudence. Okay, foresight. Okay, a foreseeing, foresight, practical judgment. Okay, knowing what not to do because you know what can happen if you do it. Okay, wisdom teaches you that as well. Okay, it says justice and fortitude. Justice, we should know what that means. The exercise of authority, okay, and vindication of right by assigning reward or punishment. Okay, it teaches you how to understand. Um, it says the quality of being fair and just. It teaches you how to be fair. Okay, like for example, if we know according to the law, okay, if someone was to take your ox for example, they must restore that ox, and I believe another one. I could be mistaken. Okay, or even in Esau society, if someone is caught, stealing a certain amount of merchandise, they 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 have to repay it back with fines. Okay, but in relation to this truth, it teaches you that it says quality of being fair and just, moral soundness and conformity to the truth. Okay, it teaches you what is right. Okay, ultimately, that's what justice is. What is right. Okay, it says and fortitude. Let's look at this word fortitude. Moral strength, courage, strength, force, firmness, manliness. Okay, it teaches you how to be a man ultimately. And these different things, it says, which are such things as man can have nothing more profitable in their life. There's nothing more profitable than knowing how to control yourself. Okay, knowing how to move, knowing how to go about your day with caution. Okay, because you care about what could be the end results. Okay, nothing more profitable than doing what is right ultimately. Okay, which is that justice. Nothing more profitable than showing forth courage. Okay, not fainting. Okay, whatsoever your hand findeth to do it with all your might, having faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, that you prosper, if it be His will. There's nothing more profitable than these things, which is what wisdom teaches you. Okay, these are the tasks that wisdom puts you up to do. You know, but just some quick through the spirit. Lord willing, this was edifying. Hope and prayer was. Closing, I want to say, Kohaloy Mlaya Hawa Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach where I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. Till next time I say Kwame Sha'ala. I'm a wife, Laba Ball, Shalom.